Hey guys, welcome back to our last chapter of Tales of a Fourth Grade Nothing. We're here to finish off this book. I want you guys to make a prediction on what this last chapter is going to be about. What is the whole book about? Go and make that prediction. The chapter is called Dribble. What's Dribble? Oh, it's a turtle, right? Make that prediction now. Got that prediction done? All right, we're going to finish off this last chapter. Answer the questions when we're done. Can't wait to finish it up. Let's do it. I will never forget Friday, May 10th. It's the most important day of my life. It didn't start out that way. It started out as kind of ordinary. I went to school, I ate my lunch, I had gym. Then I walked home from school with Jimmy Fargo, and we planned to meet at the special rock in the park as soon as we changed our clothes. In the elevator, I told Henry that I was glad summer was coming. Henry said he was too. When I got out of my floor, I walked down the hall and opened the door to my apartment. I took off my jacket, hung it on the closet, and I went straight to my room to check on Dribble. First thing I noticed was my chain latch. Uh-oh. It was unhooked and my bedroom door was wide open. There was a chair smack in the middle of the doorway and I nearly stumbled over it and I ran to my dresser to check on Dribble. He wasn't there. His bowl with the rocks and the water was all there, but no Dribble. I got really, really scared. I thought maybe he died and I don't even know it. Oh God, Mom, I yelled, where's Dribble? My mother was baking something. My brother sat on the kitchen floor, banging pots and pans together. Be quiet, I yelled to Fudge. I can't hear anything. What'd you say, Peter? I can't find Dribble. You mean he's not in this bowl? I shook my head. Oh dear. I hope he's not crawling around somewhere. Fudge was smiling. Fudge, did you take him? Fudge just giggled and covered his mouth with his hands. I yelled, where is he? What'd you do with my turtle? No answer from Fudge. He just banged the pots and pans together. Now tell me where Dribble is. Just tell me where my turtle is. Come on, Fudge. And Fudge looked at me and said, in my tummy. What do you mean in your tummy? I said. Dribble in my tummy. What tummy? This one. And rubbing his stomach. Dribble in my tummy, right here. I decided to go along with the game. Okay. How did he get there, Fudge? And Fudge stood up. I ate him. My mother came into the kitchen. Well, I can't find him anywhere. I looked everywhere. Mom, I said. How could you? How could I what, Peter? How could you let him do it? Let do what? Fudge ate my turtle! My mother started to mix whatever she was baking. Don't be silly. Dribble is not eaten. He ate him! Peter, stop saying that, she hollered. Go ask him, I said. Fudge was standing in the kitchen. Fudgy, Mom said, tell me where the turtle is. In my tummy. Tummy, Mom asked. Mine, Fudge laughed. My mother put Fudge down on the kitchen counter where he couldn't get away. Oh, you're just fooling Mommy, aren't you? No fool, Fudge said. My mother was starting to turn very pale. You really ate your brother's turtle? A big smile came on Fudge. You mean you put him in your mouth and chewed him? Mom made believe that she was chewing. No, Fudge said. A smile of release came across her face. Of course you didn't. Oh, it was just a joke. Fudge started to babble. No chew, just gulp. I gulped the whole turtle down. Down Fudge's tummy. You didn't. Did so? No, yes. My mother moaned and picked up my brother. Oh no, my angel. My mother didn't stop to think about my turtle. She didn't even give Dribble a thought. She was so worried about her child who ate a turtle. Mom dialed the operator. Oh, help, this is an emergency. I need 911. Help me, Peter. Get me some blankets. And I ran to my brother's room. I grabbed 2 blankets from Fudge's bed. He was following me around with that silly grin on his face. I delivered the blankets to my mom. Out in the hall, I pressed the elevator buzzer. We had to wait a few minutes. Finally, the elevator got to our floor. There were 3 people inside besides Henry. This is an emergency, Mom Will. The ambulance is waiting for us. Yes, Mrs. Hatcher, of course, Henry said. I'll run her down as fast as I can. No other stops. Someone poked me in the back. I turned around. It was Mrs. Rudder. What is the matter? She asked. It's my brother, I said. He ate my turtle. Mrs. Rudder whispered that to the man next to her, and he whispered that to the lady next to him, and I faced front and pretended I didn't hear anything. My mother turned around with Fudge in her arms and said, that's not funny at all. Fudge said, funny, Fudge, funny. The elevator door opened. 2 men dressed in white had a stretcher. This is the baby? Yes, yes, it is, my mom cried. Come, my mom said. We're going to ride in the ambulance. One of the attendants sat in the back with us as we rode. The other one was driving. What seems to be the trouble, lady? He swallowed a turtle. He did what? He ate my turtle, I said. Hey, Joe. The attendant called to the driver. Make it snappy. This one swallowed a turtle. That's not funny. I didn't even think my mom was considering that he ate a turtle. We arrived at the back door of the hospital, and Fudge was whisked away by 2 nurses. You wait here, young man, they called to me. I sat down, and after a while, a nurse came back. She gave me some paper and some crayons. I wonder if she even knew that Drubble meant everything to me. I didn't feel like drawing any pictures. I watched the clock on the wall for an hour and 10 minutes. Then a door opened, and my mom stepped out with Dr. Cone. I was surprised to see him. I didn't even know he worked at the hospital. Hello, Peter, he said. Hello, Dr. Cone. Did you get my turtle out? Not yet, Peter, but I do have something to show you. Here are some x-rays of your brother. You see, he said, there's your turtle right there. I looked hard. Will Dribble be there forever? No, definitely not. We'll get him out. We gave Fudge some medicine already. That should do the trick. What kind of medicine, I asked. What trick? Castor oil, Peter. Fudge took castor oil, the milk of magnesia, and prune juice, too. We just have to wait, probably until tomorrow. Fudge will have to spend the night here, but I don't think he's going to be swallowing anything that he isn't supposed to. How about Dribble? All right, will Dribble be all right? I knew the question before he shook his head. I think you may have to get a new turtle, Peter. Oh, wow. I don't want a new turtle, I said, and tears were going down my face. I want Dribble. That's the only turtle that I want. My mother took me home in a taxi. She told me my father was on his way to the hospital to be with Fudge. The next day was Saturday, no school. I spent the whole day in the hospital waiting room. There were plenty of people around, and magazines and books too. My mother joined me after supper in the hospital in the coffee shop. I ordered a hamburger, but I left most of it because I didn't feel like eating. I missed Dribble. That night, my grandmother came to me. My mother and father stayed at the hospital. Things were pretty dreary at home, and every hour the phone rang. It was my mother calling from the hospital to report about Fudge. Not yet, Grandma repeated. Nothing happened yet. I was miserable. I was lonely. Grandma didn't even notice. I even missed Fudge, banging his pots and pans together. And then Grandma shouted, Whoopee, he's out! Good news! She hung up and turned to me. The medicine finally worked, Peter. All that castor oil, my God, they got the turtle out. They got the turtle out alive or dead. Peter Warren, what a question. So my brother no longer had a turtle inside him, and I no longer had a turtle. I didn't like Fudge as much as I thought I did before the phone rang. The next morning, Fudge came home from the hospital. My father carried him from the apartment. My mother's arms were loaded with presents, all for Fudge. Fudgy, you can have anything you want. Fudgy, you can get anything you like. Mommy's so happy. It was disgusting. Presents and kisses, all for Fudge, because he ate my turtle. That night, my father came home with the biggest box of all. It wasn't wrapped in anything, but I knew it wasn't another present. I turned away from my father. Peter, he said, this box is for you. I don't want another turtle, I said. Who said anything about another turtle, son? You see, Peter, your mother and I think you've been a good sport about this whole thing. After all, Dribble was yours. I looked up. Could I be hearing right? Did they remember about me and Dribble? I put my hand inside the box. I felt something warm and soft and furry. I knew immediately what it was. It was a dog, but I pretended to be surprised. When he jumped up in my lap and licked me, Fudge cried, Ooh, doggy! And he ran over and grabbed the dog's tail. Fudge, my father said, taking him away, this is your brother's dog. Maybe someday you'll have a dog, but this one is Peter's. Fudge nodded. Peter's dog. That's right, Peter's dog. Then he turned to me, and just to be sure, son, he said, we got a dog that's going to grow quite big. Much too big for your brother to swallow. We all laughed. My dog was neat, and I named him Turtle to remind me. And that's it, guys. That's the end. Thank you guys so much for finishing that. Some lessons there. I want you guys to answer the questions right after this video, and we'll see you guys in the next book. Good fun.